Simchat Torah celebrates the end of the Torah cycle, and Chag HaSmicha marks the conclusion of rabbinical training. So is it not striking that when you finish the course of study to become a Melamed, a teacher, or a school leader, there is no established, formalized ceremony of completion? After all, is not chinuch the most sacred of tasks? Isn't the mechanech, the teacher, the person to whom we entrust our precious children to educate and inspire, isn't he or she to be celebrated? When our tradition is silent, it is an opportunity for us to create our own form of commemoration and to imbue the occasion with significance and meaning. I will take that liberty tonight and use the language of bracha, blessing, both to convey my wishes to you and to send you off with 3 key messages. I begin by introducing you to a moving Yiddish techina uttered by the mother upon bringing her child to the Melamed for the very first time. And I quote, "Ribon kol ha'olam, sovereign of the world, I ask that you grant my beloved child intelligence and insight to understand and comprehend all that he learns from his teachers. Bless the work of our hands to make a comfortable livelihood, so that we shall be able to pay for his teachers honorably. May my husband and I merit to raise and educate this child of ours in comfort and dignity, and may we merit to watch him enter the marriage canopy. May the merit of his study of our Holy Torah stand for all of our brethren, as our sages taught, Kol ha'olam eino mitkayem, ela b'zchut havel pihem shel tinokot shel beit rabban. All the world exists only by the merit of the words emanating from the mouths of children in study. If the child's education begins with a prayer, perhaps prayer, or the language of blessing, should mark its completion. Our Torah teaches that Hashem modeled for man the power and significance of blessing, and in doing so taught us how to become conveyors of blessing. God blessed the Avot, the patriarchs. Jacob in turn blessed his children, and in doing so, he provided us with the language to bless our children today. These blessings were individualized. That is to say, they were specific to the person being blessed. But then, as the Jews traveled in the desert, a new form of blessing was introduced. A bracha, or series of brachot, that were to remain formalized, consistent, and unchanged throughout the generations. The Birkat Kohanim, the priestly blessing. In last week's Parsha, Parshat Naso, we read, Ko tirachu et b'nei Yisrael, so shall you bless the children of Israel. With those words, Hashem institutionalized blessing, teaching us not only the how, ko, so this is how you do it, but the what. Yivarechecha Hashem v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Hashem panav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May Hashem bless you and keep you. May Hashem let his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May Hashem look kindly upon you and give you peace. Our sages teach that the word ko, which appears other times in the Torah, is the language of God's love for his people, Am Yisrael. The Midrash Rabbah on Parshat Lech Lecha asks, Mehechan zachu Yisrael l'virkat kohanim. From where were Am Yisrael worthy to receive the priestly blessing? What is the source of their blessing? A debate ensued. Rabbi Yehuda answered, from Abraham. For when God told Abraham that his offspring would be like the stars in the heavens, he asked Abraham to gaze upwards and promised, Ko yeh zarecha, so shall be your offspring. Rabbi Nehemiah answered, from Yitzchak, from Isaac. For when Abraham accompanied his son Isaac to Har HaMoriah at the behest of God, Abraham told his manservants to remain, and Ani v'hana'ah nilcha ad ko. I and the lad will go so far. Rabbanan responded, oh, it was from Yaakov. For as Hashem prepared to give us the Torah at Har Sinai, he commanded Moshe, Ko tomar lebeis Yaakov, so shall you say to the house of Jacob. What is the significance of each of these opinions, and what message do they have for us today? The Ko of Avraham was a vision for the future, a future that he himself could not see. Avraham's blessing was the blessing of generations, a blessing of descendants. Avraham was clear on his mission, yet he knew that without heirs, his long-term vision could not be achieved. He understood that a mission, as compelling as it may be, cannot be achieved without a clear vision for the future, and of course, the means to realize that vision. In Avraham's case, that means was progeny. Leadership literature abounds with the assertion that vision is essential to success. In the words of Jim Collins, quote, a good vision defines what we stand for and why we exist, and sets forth what we aspire to become, to achieve, to create, end quote. It is about knowing your story, as the president alluded to before, and constructing a narrative around that story that will be compelling to others. Vision is key for the educational leader. In the classroom, it is the vision for what you want your students to know and to be able to do. It is the vision for the kind of graduate you want to produce. What does your school stand for? What are its core values? What distinguishes your school from others? In these times of increasing competition from alternative day school models and challenges to day school sustainability, you and your school need to have a vision and know your narrative. The story that will compel parents to enroll their children, to partner with you, and to support the enterprise. Avraham had a story, the story of one God, monotheism. And Hashem offered him a bold vision for the future. When God blessed him, Ko yihyeh zaracha, he blessed him with the possibility of an eternal vision. The Ko of Yitzchak was the power of the relationship between father and son, Rebbe and Talmud. The Talmud in Eruvin relates a comment made by Rabbi. Rabbi said, quote, the only reason why I am keener than my colleagues is that I saw the back of Rebbe Meir. But had I a front view of him, I would have been keener still. For it is written, V'hayu einecha ro'ot et morecha, and thine eyes shall see thy teacher. Rabbi Isidore Tursky, of blessed memory, explained that seeing the smile, the grimace, the face of your teacher is an essential component of learning. To illustrate, he pointed out that the rabbis in the Sanhedrin sat in an amphitheater so that they could all see each other's faces. As Jewish educators, remember, the eyes of your students are upon you. They are looking to you for inspiration and to help them make meaning. In the words of Daniel Goleman, author of The Resident Leader, quote, the leader's way of seeing things has special weight. Leaders manage meaning for a group. Offering a way to interpret, the leaders set the emotional standard. Mrs. Atara Tversky, the daughter of Rabbi Soloveitchik, Zecher Tzadok Livracha, recently reflected on the Rav here at the yeshiva on the occasion of his 20th yahrzeit. Building on a discussion of Avraham's vision, she asserted that in the Rav's worldview, vision can only take you so far. In her words, man of faith creates faith by action. The Rav, who regarded himself first and foremost as a Melamed, spoke often about how one needs to be exposed not only to the mind of the teacher, but to their actions, which convey their sensitive heart and moral sensibility. As you enter the classroom or gather with a group of students in the hallway or in the gym, remember that your every action is an opportunity to model behavior. Your innermost beliefs and values will be on display even when you are unaware. And finally, the Ko of Yaakov, the father of Bnei Yisrael, who are called Beis Yaakov. His was the Ko of community. Only as a community, coming together, Am Echad, B'Lev Echad, one nation with one heart, could they be zocher to receive the Torah. The third message for the day school educator is to recognize the vital reciprocal relationship between the school and community. This week we read of the construction of the menorah. The Midrash tells us that Shlomo built the Beit HaMikdash with windows that were narrow on the inside and wide on the outside, contrary to common building practice. Why? Kedei sheyehei ha'or yotzei b'Beit HaMikdash u'me'ir lachutz, so that the light from the interior would emanate outwards. It is the role of the school to teach children Torah, and in doing so to be a source of spiritual light that emanates outward to enrich and enhance the entire community. Day schools are part of the vast ecosystem of Jewish life within a community. When day schools thrive, whole communities thrive. Valuing, nourishing, and supporting Jewish educators and the precious communal asset that is the day school is a shared communal responsibility. And opening the doors of the school widely to the community is your responsibility. This requires an expanded vision of the role of the day school. Not only the institution that educates our children, but one that creates and anchors communities of meaning. Engage with your community. Build bridges to synagogues and Jewish preschools. Visit, collaborate with, and learn from other day schools. Partner with Federation to raise the level of Jewish learning and lead the way through an understanding of the light of the menorah. In these times, when the value of a Jewish day school education is being questioned in newspapers, blogs, and Shabbat tables across the country, be an outspoken, passionate advocate, not only for your individual school, but for the entire day school enterprise. Our Masorah demands it, and our future vitality requires it. And so I return to my opening question. How do we mark completion? We mark completion by summoning the energy, vigor, and commitment to start again. For what is a Siyum, or Simchat Torah, or Chag HaSmicha? It is the beginning of another cycle and a new journey. A French philosopher once noted that, quote, we don't receive wisdom, we must discover it by ourselves after a journey that no one can take from us or spare us. As you embark on your unique journey, may your years of learning guide you, and may you be blessed with the blessings of Ko. Ko Yihyeh Zaracha. May you always be guided by vision. Ani v'hana'anecha ad Ko. May your actions inspire others, especially your students. And Ko Tomar Lebeis Yaakov. May your light and the light of your schools shine out to truly create communities of Torah, Chesed, and love of Judaism. Mazel tov to all of you, graduates, spouses, parents, and grandparents. I look forward to watching you grow and succeed.